Hello and welcome back to another educational video. Now, if you've ever dieted and you ended your diet and you lost body fat and you're wondering what to do next, then this video is for you. Now, I will show you what I did last year when I competed and when I lost 10 kilograms. Bear in mind, I was dieting to a very unhealthy level of body fat. And unless if you're stepping on the stage, please do not attempt to get shredded. You do not need to be extremely shredded. That is not sustainable or healthy. So these are my photos from my last year prep. So I lost 10 kilograms. A lot of it, most of it was body fat, but some of it was also water weight because I was eating less carbs and less calories. I wasn't storing as much glycogen as I would normally when I'm on my maintenance calories or in a calorie surplus. But you're probably wondering, I've ended my diet and what should I do now? I don't want to regain all of that body fat. Well, you don't have to. There is one thing called reverse diet or the diet after the diet, where you increase your calories, you increase your carbs, you increase your fats, and you can then eat more calories without you regaining all the body fat that you've lost. So without further ado, so I'm using myself as an example. I have been through everything, so you can learn from me and from my experience. I started my fat loss phase weighing 70 kilos and I ended on 60 kilos, so that was 10 kilos weight loss. My starting calories when I started dieting were 1,850, and when I ended my dieting phase, I ended on 1,200 calories, which was extremely low, and it wasn't fun at all. So I was working with my coach and we started my reverse dieting after I competed on. I was between 60 and 61 kilos and my end weight was 63 kilos. My starting calories were 1,200 calories and my ending calories were around 2,300 and 2,400. So the first thing that you would probably ask yourself, where do I start? How often should I increase my calories? So whatever, let's say that you started your dieting phase on 2,000 calories and then you lost however many kilograms, 8 kilograms, and you ended your dieting phase on 1,500 calories. Now there is a thing called metabolic adaptation, which means that when you lose weight, when you lose fat, and when you weigh 8 kilos less, there is less of you overall, so you are burning less energy throughout the day. So if you used to be able to maintain your body weight on 2,500 calories, now you might be able to maintain your body weight on 2,000 calories because you've lost weight, there's less of you, you're expending less calories every single day throughout the day, your TDEE has lowered. So where should you start your reverse diet? In my case, we started my reverse diet on 1,750 calories, which, bear in mind, was still a deficit for me. So you start your reverse we started mine on 1,750, 1,800 calories, and then you want to increase your calories. Track, if you want to track, you can track, assess, and then if you're still losing weight, you should not be losing weight in a reverse diet. You want to increase your calories faster. If you are gaining weight too quickly, then slow down with the increases. So you can increase every 7, 10, 14 days by 100, 150 calories until you've reached your new maintenance calories. So you're probably asking and wondering, what should I increase? So you would increase your carbohydrates. Why? Because you want to focus on having carbs around your training to restore the glycogen in your muscles and to help with your training performance. So when you go to the gym and when you lift heavy and when you follow a training program, you can make sure that you are progressively overloading every single week and either adding more weight or increasing your training intensity. Something to be aware of and something that you should know is that per 1 gram of carbs that you eat, you will store anywhere between 3 to 4 grams of water. So when you increase your calories and when you increase your carbohydrates, you will hold more water weights, but that doesn't mean that you are gaining body fat. Water weight and fat gain are two separate things. You will also be building muscle because now you are eating enough to support your training and to build muscle. You can also increase your fats. I would never ever recommend anyone to consume less than 20% of their total calories from a healthy source of fat. You need fats for your skin, nails, hormones. So you can increase your fats as much as you would want to. Something to be mindful of is that 1 gram of fats has 9 calories versus 1 gram of carbs, and 1 gram of protein has 4 calories. So that is just something to be mindful of, but fats don't make you fat. Eating in a calorie surplus makes you fat, and you need healthy fats for your body to be able able to move, and for your skin and for your nails and for your digestion and everything else. Fats do take a little bit longer to digest, which is fine. So I just wouldn't have a very high meal in fats pre-workout. It would be mostly carbs and protein. Now your protein intake stays more or less the same. When you are dieting, you can have anywhere between 1.8 to 2.2 grams of protein to make sure that you don't lose muscle mass when you are focusing on fat loss, and that you preserve all the muscle that you have. And to make sure that you preserve all the muscle that you have, unless if you are dieting to the extreme that I dieted to, where I've lost some muscle by the end of my comp prep, which is kind of to be expected when you are in a huge deficit and when you've been dieting for 6 months and when you're on really low calories like I was, but I was getting ready for a show. So we did the best that we could for me to preserve as much muscle as we could have, but I have lost some, which is fine. Not ideal, but you then increase your calories, you train hard, and you build more muscle later on. So you could, some things to be mindful of is your digestion, which I wrote here. As you are increasing your calories, be mindful of your food choices in terms of the volume, because you don't want to have a huge voluminous meals if this is something that you are not used to. So just be very mindful of your digestion. Make sure that you drink enough water, make sure that you consume enough calories, and make sure that not every single meal is huge volume, because that could also negatively impact your digestion. Been there, done that. Trust me, it wasn't fun. Tracking your progress, completely up to you. You don't have to track every single calorie and be very focused on tracking every single thing and weighing your spinach and weighing absolutely everything. But I would say, it depends on how experienced you are, try and track as much as you can. But if you are an experienced dieter and if you have been in the fitness industry for a long time and you understand calories and macros and everything else, then you would know that you could also intuitively reverse and increase your calories without stressing too much about your macros and nutrition, which would be me if I was dieting now and then if I was reversing in the future. Untracked calories, you can also, again, depending on your relationship with food and depending on your mental health as well and how you are feeling after a long dieting phase and after you've lost quite a lot of weight and quite a lot of body fat, I always recommend my clients to have some untracked meals, untracked days. Most of my clients eat intuitively, like myself, intuitively and mindfully. I don't stress about calories and macros anymore because I've been doing this for a very long time, but we are all different. But when you are reversing, also allow yourself some flexibility. You don't have to track every single calorie, every single meal. You know, have some days and maybe have some meals where you don't use the scales every single day and weigh every single gram of food. It takes a lot of enjoyment out of your nutrition and out of your training and out of your life in general. So just be kind to yourself, have some untracked meals, but don't go overboard, because if you all of a sudden eat too much, you will end up storing body fat and you will put yourself in a calorie surplus, which is what you are trying to avoid when reverse dieting. And the last thing that I wanted to mention is trusting the process. I know. It can get very boring and very just, I'm not seeing the results today and I've been reverse dieting for 12 hours already. Why am I not eating 2,600 calories now? And all those things. Trust the process, consistency, patience, give it time. All of this is explained in details in my app. When you sign up for my app, you will also get access to my reverse dieting guide, which I wrote after I've competed. It explains every single thing in details. You will get my nutritional guide for free. You will get a pre and postnatal guide, and you will get access to my training programs, yoga, over 800 calorie and macro friendly recipes. You can track your steps, you can track your sleep, you can track your macros and your calories if you want to. You don't have to, but I will see you on my app. The link to my app and to my socials, my Instagram, my whatever else I have, my TikTok, will be in the description below. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope that you have learned something new. Any questions about anything, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I will see you very soon.